Hey, clinical researchers, how's it going? Welcome to Decaf with Dan. I think while we're quarantined, self-quarantined, working from home, at least a lot of us in clinical research, there are clinical researchers actually working. I know many actually working in the office right now because they're dealing with cancer patients. I mean, these people can't go without receiving their treatments, even if it's research treatments. But anyways, most of us are quarantined right now. Most of us are working from home. A lot of you guys are anxious about the job market. I got a question today from somebody on YouTube who's asking, hey, what's the CRA job market look like 6 to 12 months from now? And I'm no Nostradamus, but here's one thing I can tell you. Thank God, before this coronavirus thing happened, we were doing really well as an economy as a whole. So there's a couple factors here. There's the economy as a whole. Pay close attention to that because clinical research is part of the economy as a whole. But also, before this coronavirus, we were at an extreme shortage of trained clinical researchers. We were at extreme shortage of sites, and we're at extreme shortage of CRAs. So, with the coronavirus, what we have been seeing the last 3 weeks, probably right now it's March 24th, 25th, end of March right now. 3 weeks ago, when this first started becoming mainstream news in the United States, we were getting feasibility questions the same, if not more frequently than we were before all this coronavirus. So what does that tell you? That tells me, at least, this is my hypothesis, that sponsors are using this time right now because they know a lot of you guys are at home. We're at home. They're sending their feasibility surveys because usually they have a hard time getting these things back from sites because sites are so busy. So right now, they're using this coronavirus. Hey, everybody's at home. People are less busy right now. Let's send them these feasibility surveys. Let's at least get the feasibility ready so that we can start these new studies in July, August, September. Remember, in research, everything is slow, and here we can actually use that to our advantage. Things move slowly. So coronavirus, even if it shuts down Main Street economy for 2 months, okay? I mean, that's horrible. That's horrible for the economy as a whole. But with research, we can actually do a lot of things that don't require monitoring visits right now to get studies ramped up for July. I mean, this thing will end. This thing is going to end. The government has been pumping trillions of dollars. That's a topic for another podcast, maybe my Patreon. Trillions of dollars into the system. That money's got to go somewhere. Okay, these companies can only buy back so much of their stock. And if you look right now in clinical research, we're in a very unique situation because even in the middle of all of this coronavirus stuff where people are shutting down, clinical research is ramping up with coronavirus stuff. Okay, so we're very much in the front headlines of the news. Guess what? They need CRAs for these things. Even during this crisis, we need CRAs. There's a shortage of CRAs. This is why I was telling you guys, become a generalist as quickly as possible. Don't just learn the fundamentals. Learn as much about a lot of things as you can in the industry because right now, I bet you the CRAs that have experience in immunology and vaccine and virus studies are doing very well. And it's early in this, but I have yet to have heard of any CRAs being let go, even contractors. Okay, I haven't heard. I'm a contractor myself. Nothing like that has happened yet. Could it possibly happen? Maybe. Do I know for sure? No. We don't know these things because we don't know when the economy is going to pick back up. We don't know when flights are going to be allowed to. Right now, flights are still allowed within the United States to fly, but no CRA in their right mind is really going on an airplane right now. Okay, so site selection visits are being done remotely. IMVs are being done virtually. Patients are being seen by the sites virtually or alternative methods. The FDA released new guidance. CRAs are monitoring. I'm monitoring in a few weeks. I'm monitoring one of my sites virtually. and it's gonna be a new thing for me. I've never done that before. This the video I made yesterday about getting virtual trial certified. It's free. The link is on that video. Go check it out. I'll have a link to that video below this video, or to the training underneath this video. So in 6 to 12 months, it's tough to predict, but pay attention to clinicaltrials.gov. Pay attention to the number of studies that are active, not yet recruiting. Because right now, I don't know of too many studies that are starting in the midst of a pandemic, other than coronavirus studies. Okay, so studies that were planning on starting March and April and May are being pushed back to June, July, August start dates, in addition to all the other studies that were planned on getting started in June, July, and August. So we're going to have double the amount of studies coming up pretty soon. My math tells me we already had a shortage of CRAs before all this happened. Yeah, we're going to have a 2 or 3 month hiatus, and then we're going to have twice as many studies in June or July, hopefully, as we did in February. So we're probably going to need even more CRAs when this is all said and done. More trained CRAs, more CRAs with experience. And if you're looking to get in the industry, okay, use this downtime. Use this downtime to study up. This is why we have virtual academies, CRA Academy, CRC Academy. There's also free trainings online that you can learn about. You can get virtual trial certified. You can take tons of free courses online. Just Google. You can learn not just about clinical research job functions from my book or from my 5-hour video. You can learn about therapeutic indications for free, or sometimes very little cost. So use this time. This will not last forever. This is not the new normal. The economy itself may take a long time to recover, but clinical research, I don't think that will be the case. I think there's going to be an uptick in demand. And there are also some theories that say that the economy as a whole is going to recover very quickly when this is over, because we were in the middle of a bull market, and now the Federal Reserve just dumped trillions of new dollars into the system. So again, that's a topic for a different podcast, but there are theories that even the economy as a whole is going to go on a bull run after this. There are also theories that it's going to continue to decline until Q3 or Q4. But in clinical research, I think in this case, it's different than the financial crisis of '08, where that was a subprime credit bubble, subprime mortgage, which burst. That bubble burst, and it caused massive layoffs. It caused foreclosures. It caused Wall Street to tank. And the Fed didn't put in nearly a fraction of the money they're pumping into the system now. And remember, when that happened, '07, '08, we were actually already in a recession before that bubble burst. When this bubble burst, the Wall Street bubble, it burst because of coronavirus. And we were in the middle of a bull market. So I think the recovery may be speedy. I think no matter what the economy does, I think clinical research is uniquely positioned to be kind of immune. Okay, we've been hearing that word a lot. Immune from the rest of the economy in this particular sense, because first of all, vaccine studies, right? I mean, that's big right now. Those studies are not going to end anytime soon. Matter of fact, we're not going to have a vaccine till 2021. So those are new studies. Virtual trials is going to be huge now. Virtual trials was already on an uptrend. Now it's going to be even bigger. And then all these studies that were planned for March, April, and May before coronavirus are now going to be planned for June, July, August. And we're still going to have those studies that were planned for June, July, and August, starting in June, July, and August, hopefully. Now, if this economic lockdown lasts more than 3 months, we're all in trouble. Okay, so let's see what happens. Even during this lockdown, clinical research is still going on. It's just going on in a different way. It's going on, if you have like a 12-cylinder car, we're only using 4 of our cylinders right now. So obviously not good long term, but it's still running even during this downturn. So that's what I think of the CRA job market in the next 6 to 12 months. I think it's going to be the same as it was before coronavirus, if not even busier. And that's good for you guys out there wanting to be CRAs or gaining your experience right now. So use this downtime. Don't let it go to waste. Go to get trainings. Go to get any kind of trainings you can. Of course, I have my academies, but you can do anything else you want out there. Free, various price points. I think mine are reasonably priced, and we have the internship too. So when the physical internship is allowed to start again, I mean, we're going to have tons of people doing oncology studies with me for the CRO that I run. By the way, we're still, for the CRO I have, the oncology study is still going on. We're doing a lot of virtual monitoring, right? And so for our students, for our CRA Academy students, they're not skipping a beat. They're not missing a beat because when their internship period starts, they're doing virtual monitoring until they're allowed to come, or until it's safe for them to come back out, which we think is going to be June, July, that they're going to be safely be allowed to come and actually physical monitor again. So gain your expertise right now. CRA job market, I think, is going to be very good 6 to 12 months from now. Of course, we got to keep our fingers crossed that we can get ahead of this virus here and that we can get to some semblance of normalcy by summertime. So take care, Guru Nation, and learn up. Bye-bye.